everybody. Okay, so today, we're doing something a little different, and by a little different, I mean I'm just gonna draw things. My screen's a lot smaller than usual, because, like, usually I do have, like, usually Paint Tool Sai is full screen for me, but today it's, like, been shoved off to the side just a bit. Today Paint Tool Sai is just shoved off to the side just a bit, and it's kind of freaking me out. It's like, this isn't how I do it. Hey there! Got a pretty decent turnout. So, if I move this paper art thing I did a bit ago, I did write down a couple of things I wanted to draw. So we're fairly far out at the moment. I mean, do what you want, like paint your nails. Gender doesn't matter. Gender is irrelevant. Gender is a social construct. Just do what makes you happy. I already have the things that I'm going to draw. They're mostly stuff for like my my own original characters and some things for my partner's original characters. Though I suppose I should probably warm up, because, like, these things are, like, pretty thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay, my chat's shunted over a bit. And it's, like, really difficult to see it and Paint Tool Sai without making Sai small. Oh, wait, hang on, I can shunt this to the side a bit more. Okay. Not much more, but just a little bit. So I can actually see the chat. Yeah, okay, that'll do. But yeah, okay, well, we'll warm up. I'm sorry my palette is so disorganized. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'll do things to warm up. Now I used to be a really big Sonic artist back in the day. I don't know why I said big artist. Big fan artist. That's not it either. I was a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I drew Sonic the Hedgehog a lot. Well, it was more like I drew his friends. I think Blaze was my favorite. And I really liked Silver too for some reason. I don't know, I just related to him because, like, no one liked him and no one liked me either. So it was like, hey, that's a boy right there. But I haven't drawn Sonic in years, so, like, I'm not too sure how he looks again. Like, I know I played Sonic Adventure 2 the other day, but, like, my brain kind of just deleted it. So, I guess we're sketching Sonic the Hedgehog. Just as a warm-up. I don't know how he looks. He's got, like, a head. I'm just sketching it out. Hey there. Alright, so he's facing this way. This is probably going to be, like, really therapeutic, because Sonic the Hedgehog isn't as bound to normal human proportions. Ah, shit, I added too many layers. Alright. Gotta go fast. Alright, so he has, like, a muzzle thing. I don't remember how big it is. I know, like, when I was younger and, like, just getting into drawing Sonic, I would, like, make it go all the way there. And I don't think that's how it do. Paint Tool Sai speed run. Alright. That looks about right-ish, I think. Give him a big smile. Now, if I remember correctly, he just has, like, one giant Cyclops eye. That doesn't really convey any emotion. Oh, nice. His little ear goes about here, I believe? And it's like... I don't know how his ear do. Something like that, I think. I don't think that's quite right. Hang on. He looks more like a cat at the moment. It's probably because I haven't added the spikes. At the moment, he's looking a bit more like Shadow. That green is barely visible because it's so neon. Sonic the Hedgehog. He is speed. He is speed. 10 minute, 1 minute, 10 second. What is that? I mean, like, I do have, like, things I actually want to draw today. Mostly just drawing Sonic as a warm-up. Give him noodle arms. Then we go back to the blue. And jump back onto this thing. He has like a beige belly, doesn't he? I don't think it's that far. And I'm gonna just... Come on. God, this is gonna look weird. Okay, that sounds interesting. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, the head turned out okay, but the body, I'm just kind of flubbing it. I mean, I kind of trained to be able to get, like, clean lines. That's a lie, I just kind of... I mean, my settings, I do put on a stabilizer. Why? I made one leg look thicker than the other. You know what, like, I mean, there's nothing saying I can't make it look even more thick. We'll just make Sonic the thick hog. I mean, it takes a lot of, like, practice to be able to draw. Like, I've been drawing basically most of my life. Like, including when I was a baby. And it was like... I plan to do, like, a draw my life thing with, like, that sort of just, like, explains where my drawing hobby came from. I've basically been drawing, like, since I was a baby, but, like, when I got into grade 6, and, like, there was, like, this awards thing for, like, terrific kids at my school. And, like, I spent a lot of time, like, my grade 6 class was pretty relaxed. So, like, nothing I ever really did was, like, too stressful. Like, we used to have, like, lots of games of, like, Silent Ball and stuff like that. And, like, when I had free time, I would pull out this, like, drawing of, like, a sorceress kind of lady. And I would just work on that. I would add more details, and I would, like, improve the anatomy and stuff. And I actually won an award for that picture. Like, I won, like, instead of giving the award to, like, someone who did really well in math or English or something like that, they were just like, hey, let's give it to this bitch who drew a thing. And, like, from there I was kind of like, hey, I could do this, like, all the time. Kind of. Okay, if I remove that, yeah, he's got no fucking nose. I should probably, give him a nose. It's not quite as terrifying. When's the next Jackbox stream? I have no idea. I imagine that it'll be, like, fairly soon, because, like, now I don't have any university commitments, so... Yeah. I shouldn't have any problem with, like... doing the streams. Okay, I mean, you can recognize this as Sonic, and it's not quite as bad as movie Sonic, but it still looks like he's my sleep paralysis demon coming down from the stairs at 3 a.m. to eat all my fucking crisps. I don't know why I said crisps. We don't say crisps in Australia, so it sounds weird coming off my tongue. little bit there and here, because, you know, it'll be behind his body. And, you know, just draw everything back in. And probably here too. Should have said beans. Yeah, I probably should have. He's coming down the stairs to steal my fucking Vegemite, mate. But yeah, it looks like he's, like, coming down the stairs to steal my Vegemite. Like, some of this looks okay, and, like, other bits are just like, oh my god, what have I done? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on the face and just color that in. I mean, like, if you zoom in on the face, it could be official Sonic the Hedgehog, merchandise. Like, this could be on official Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, if I think. Then you zoom out, and it's just like, oh my god, he's coming down to steal the beans from Dr. Robotnik. Okay. Gonna lighten that color up a bit. It's not gonna be like that perfect Sonic Cobalt Blue, but it's gonna be... Whoop. It's gonna be May. I say in November, like 6 months from May. Yeah, the neck. Oh my god, I think I accidentally gave him a double chin or something. Oh well. The chili dogs have to go somewhere, right? I'm allowed to make fat jokes, I'm fat too. Okay, good. If Chiaki said a thing, I don't think she's said a thing since... Hold on. I don't think Chiaki said a thing since 2012. July 2012 specifically. She certainly is Sonic. He's coming down the stairs to steal the fucking beans at 3 a.m. Like... And he's not only Sonic, he's Son-thick. Yeah, 2012. July 2012 specifically. Well, it was certainly the end of Chiaki's world. Well, now I've got fucking his world stuck in my head. I don't blame anyone here for that, but I also need to blame someone here for that, or else it's my fault. I blame Sonic the Hedgehog, because Sonic the Hedgehog is not real, and he stole my fucking Vegemite at 3 a.m. Yeah, the coloring isn't that perfect, but this is sort of just me being sketchy. I should probably stream more often because, like, this is actually a lot of fun. Because usually the only time where I'm like, hey, I can just relax and not really care about what I'm drawing is, like, during Jackbox streams when we're playing, like, Patently Stupid and TKO and... I think Civic Doodle was the other one? The one that you draw in? I don't think there were any drawing games in the Jackbox Party Pack 6, which is weird now that I think about it. I instead got this weird, like, whodunit affair that I fucked up. Look at that thigh, it's as thick as his... Yeah, but, like, that's still, like, doodling things. And, like, making art. Is Sonic. Am I taking drawing requests? I'm mostly just chilling. I do have a couple of, like, bigger things that I'm gonna draw. I'll consider doing a request stream, but, if you are interested in, like, actually getting something from me, I did link my commission info into the description. I don't know if I'd regard it as, like, cheap, but, like, it's not, like... Unless you request, like, something really, really complex, it's not gonna cost you, like, hundreds of bucks. Like, what will cost, like, hundreds of bucks is, like, 16 characters, all like, shaded and detailed. Just because, like, that's hard. I mean, this is just a sketchy Sonic with, like, some flat coloring. The Steven Universe Art Challenge. I've never heard of that. Please tell me more. Because I've been getting back into Steven Universe recently. I mean, yeah, this is kind of sketchy, like... I mean, like, it's sketchy both in, like, the fact that, like, some of the lines are, like, overlapping into each other and, like, it's not the cleanest. But, like, it's also sketchy because he's coming down to steal the fucking Vegemite again. I'm sorry, I'll stop milking that joke. I should probably erase a bit of the nose for, like, a shine. He wants both your beans and your toes. Fibbage is certainly a lot of fun. I have no idea if I would classify it as my favorite, but, like, I definitely enjoy Fibbage. But then again, that might not be that surprising, considering one of my favorite characters in, Danganronpa 1 is... Well, actually, she is my favorite character. Celeste is my favorite character in Danganronpa 1. I know nobody asked. It's literally that meme, like, nobody, Eris. My favorite character in Danganronpa 1 is... In... Yeah, I think I did! What was I talking about? Like, oh yeah, it was, like, literally that meme, like, nobody at all, Eris. Celeste is my favorite Danganronpa 1 character. Am I Sonic confirmed? I cannot confirm or deny. Man, it's kind of amazing that, like, a fucking speech about Eggman pissing on the moon was what got me back into Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic with an Hoge, I can do that immediately. Hang on. And... I'm gonna need a small brush. Just Whoops. Now he's got to solve who done it. Who done the murder of fucking Tails. Sorry, little buddy. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to the mastermind. I'm not a good Sonic impression. I don't do a great Sonic impression. I do an okay Tails impression. I think. He's vibing. Nice. There we go, Sonic on his way to steal everything. I wish I had like actual text in Paint Tool Sai. I just have to subject everyone to my shitty writing. My bad handwriting. Wait, hang on. That's not how I do a G. That's not how you do an @ symbol. I mean, my brother has pretty messy handwriting, in all honesty. There we go. All done. Oh, I'm... At one point I was ambidextrous, but, like, now I'm, like, my left-handed handwriting is, like... hang on. It kind of looks cool, but, like... Yeah, okay. It's definitely not as neat, and it took longer to write. God, I wish I had, like, 2 tablet pens, because there's, like, this neat trick that I can do, but I can only do it, like, in real life, and I don't have any, like, actual things. Okay, Jesus, okay. A thunderstorm kind of snuck up on me. Hang on, can I erase all of this? Oh no, it's the creepypasta! It's the creepypasta. You color, like, it's fucking Sonic.exe, you color the eyes black and there's like a red dot or something. Grabbing the pencil. It's the creepypasta edition. It looks so ridiculous. I don't know who thought that Sonic.exe was scary when they were 13 years old and, you know, really into Sonic the Hedgehog. My 13-year-old self was weird, but, like, if I died at 13, I wouldn't become the 20-year-old I am now. You know, the ancient being that does things. Alright, so, the next thing I had in mind was, I finally finished, Danganronpa S, which is the, fan game that I've been working... I mean, I was talking about myself, but yeah. Sonic.exe scared me at 13, because I didn't read that many scary stories, and, like, I was 13 and easily scared, and huge fan of Sonic. Yeah, like, once you get, like, past a certain age, or, like, a few brain cells, like, pop into existence, you realize, hey, this is actually pretty shit. This isn't scary. This is only scary if you're, like, really into Sonic the Hedgehog. And, like, the way the story ends, like, just with a fucking plushie on the pillow, it's like, this is the scariest thing in the entire fiction. It's a fucking plushie. And then just the entire fanfic is, God, what was his fucking name? Was it... I know that the 2 characters that were, like, human in Sonic.exe were, like, aside from the mailman, assuming the mailman wasn't, like, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog himself. But, God, I can't remember. I know one character was called Tom and one character was called Kyle. But I don't remember which one was the friend who sent the disc to the other. And, like, who played the game. I know that, I did a Redux thing, sprite edit video. So I'm just gonna, like, refer to the main character as Kaito. Because that's the easiest thing I know how to do. I've been staring at a blank canvas for, like, 2 minutes. Yeah, Tom Kyle Johnson. The Tales Doll creepypasta. I know of it. I know that, like... Sonic 2 scared me because, like, I wasn't that used to horror at the time, even though, like, I was getting really into it. And, like, later I would be really into horror RPGs, and then that kind of led into... God, what did it lead into? Because I really liked horror RPGs at the same time I liked fucking Bakugan. And, like, that led into me watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And then everything kind of then went off the rails when I became a fan of Danganronpa. And, you know, I'm still a fan to this day. God, I've gone on such a fucking tangent. This is mostly, like, me thumbnail sketching. But... God, what was I talking about? I've heard of the Tales Doll creepypasta, but I don't think I've actually read it. Or if it is a thing that you read. I know that it's, like, something based on Sonic R, and, like, the Tales Doll was a creepy character that, like... Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's now called Vaporwave. You know, now... It's like Sonic Slowed Down in 2013 was the scariest fucking thing. The peak of horror. And then, like, in 2017 it became, like, the chill. It's chill. It did a complete 180. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. FNAF came out 2014, I think? And, like, I was reading Sonic.exe, when I was, like, 13. So it would have been 15, so about 2 years later. Friday Nights at Freddy's, like, scared me, but it was mostly because of the jump scares and stuff. I just don't handle jump scares very well, thanks to my anxiety. Danganron to Exisals? No, I've never actually heard of that. It is a green person right now. I'm trying to figure out how... I try not to remember that. How do you draw someone, like, cutting their hair? I've never drawn that before. I'm asking because, like, the next thing I'm writing, I finished Danganronpa S, which was what I was trying to say before, which is a Danganronpa I've been working on for basically the past 2 years and a bit. I finished that finally. 150,000 words, which I was really happy with. And my next thing is going to be sort of in the same vein. It's not quite, a actual Danganronpa game. Like, it's not a killing game again. Oh, okay. I don't live in America, so I don't know any, American football teams. Alright. Okay, time to this is sort of the real sketch. It's not really the real sketch. Oh, yeah, I wanted to play more Your Turn to Die, but I couldn't find the time to do it because I had uni. And now I do have the time. Gamers rise up, defeat the more gamers. Yeah, it does kind of feel like Danganronpa. One of the other options for this was, playing more Zero Escape. Which I've wanted to do because I've heard that it's also very similar to Danganronpa. Unfortunately, I think that, aside from, like, playing more itch.io games, I think that one got the least votes. In order, I think the votes tallied out to, like, most people wanted the art stream, followed by, XCOM, Zero Escape, and, itch.io. I have no idea. I've never really played the Zero Escape phase. This is like me going in like largely blind. Like my partner and like another one of my friends have like played Zero Escape before. But I've never played, and most of what happens has gone in one brain cell and out the other brain cell. I don't know how to draw this. I want to look up references, but I also like worry about that because it's like I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a proper reference or if like I'm gonna get fed up and like try to trace the proportions, which is, you know, not good. Jeez, I made the neck really short. Like, I usually make the neck too long, but like in some art, I make it too short. This character's supposed to have wider shoulders than this. But like, no. Just give me another one. Give me another circle that I can transform. Okay, see you. God, I've never, like, I don't really draw on stream so much, so this is, like, kind of weird. Okay, that's my watercolor brush. I don't usually use that for sketching. In fact, I don't usually use a regular brush for sketching. In fact, I usually use a much smaller pencil. Should probably go back to that. On the clown emoji, me. That's me. That's my emoji. It's me-sized. What got me into drawing? I was telling this before, I had the story before and I just fucking... My brain is just like, nope, you don't get to speak. Sort of what got me into drawing, when I was, like, in grade 6, it was a pretty, like, chill year. The teacher was kind of, like, an ex-sports person, so they didn't really, like, know what to do in regards to, like, doing a classroom. Like, I still learned a lot in grade 6. It was just, like, more chill than usual. So we had, like, a teacher who would, like, usually do, like, who sort of understood that the class was full of, you know, developing children and that needed to move around a bit. I didn't really care to move around a bit because, like, I kind of already had a largely sedentary lifestyle at that point. Because, like, I didn't want to go outside because I got bullied a lot, and I was like, if I go outside, I'm just going to get bullied more, so I'm going to stay inside and play The Sims. But, that aside, you know, childhood traumas aside, there was, like, a competition at my school, like, my primary school, that was, like, I don't want to say the actual name of it, but because just personal information where I live. But, like, it was a competition that was, like, looking for, like, outstanding achievements across school, and, I spent a lot of my time that, like, while that competition was going on, sort of, like, drawing a thing. And then, like, I think at one point, someone came in and was like, hey, can we take a picture of your thing? And because I didn't have, like, consciousness at that time, like, self-consciousness with my art at that time, like, I developed later, I was like, sure. And, like, a couple weeks later, they were like, we're gonna give you this award for, like, outstanding achievement. You know, instead of giving it to someone who does math or science really good, they're like, yeah, let's give it to this random kid who drew a sorceress lady thing. Of course, I was, like, 11 and had no self-esteem, so I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I get a thing. And like from there I was like, hey, I can make a career, I can draw. And basically I kept drawing from there. It started out with like Sonic the Hedgehogger, and then I moved up to anime, and then I never really progressed beyond anime. No, wait, hang on. But yeah. I'm just gonna turn off the stream for a moment because I'm trying to find a reference image for the character I'm doing. Not actually, why do I just have no idea where this is gonna open on. Okay, all of my stuff, all of my art from December 2017. All right, let's grab that. All right. Okay, this is the one I think I've got. Okay, I'm gonna have to open the other one as well, I've just realized, because this is the opening where, I'm opening on this character cutting her hair. Yeah, just scroll casually past spoilers. Alright. I'm gonna draw a face on another layer. And yeah, let's start with the eyebrow. Okay, so it is a very thin eyebrow, not really any dimension. And there's a thunderstorm in my place. Hooray! It's changed from all of the goddamn fires we've been having. Did you hear that our fucking Prime Minister, like, in a crisis situation, he just went fucking missing? It's not even like Harold Holt, where, like, you know, it was like, you know, it's a chill day, I'm gonna go for a swim, and oops, I've disappeared for forever. Like, the Prime Minister just went straight up missing while the country's on fire. I mean, granted, I hope he never comes back. I hope, like, he goes missing, the mob got him, and, like, we have to re-elect someone who can actually run the goddamn country. And isn't just a fucking asshole. Apologies for getting political, but our fucking Prime Minister went missing in a crisis situation. I think I've got some right to be political. Like, are there Americans in the comment section? Like, imagine if, like, I don't know, Florida, all of Florida just went fucking underwater. And, actually bad example, because it wouldn't be that unexpected if the US president went missing in a crisis situation. I'm trying to think. Welcome back. I don't know. Literally no one I know voted for him. Like, everyone else I know, everyone I've met and associate with regularly did not vote for him. Granted, that's partly because I don't want to ever associate with people who, like... Okay, see you. Have fun with your game. But, like, no one I know at all voted for, the fucking Prime Minister that we got currently. And, like, you're right, he's an absolute coward. Not only that, but, like, he's a bastard, too. Like, oh, global warming's happening? Climate change is happening? Well, we can survive it. And by we, I mean me and my 4 rich mates. Yep, she does have 2 little... Okay, no worries. But, like, yeah, like, fucking Prime Minister, he just goes fucking... It's like... He's really only interested in protecting his rich conservative mates. And, like, when the whole country went on fire because of that bullshit, he's just fucking ghosted. Like, puts Australia on scene. and fucks off somewhere. And like I said, I'm kind of hoping the mob, like some foreign mafia wherever he is, takes him out. Or even like if there's like an Australian mafia, just please take him out. Should probably stop talking about politics before people get angry. Though, then again, everyone's been, like, quiet, which I'm taking as, like, okay, we get it, your prime minister sucks. I'm just trying to think of, like, topics that are, like, able to be talked about. Because I generally don't talk much during, like, when I do art. This is actually the most I've ever talked while arting. I know arting isn't really a word, but, you know, human me. Does she have any bottom lashes? Nope. I'm gonna move the eyebrows. And I can hear the thunderstorm coming closer. How's her nose look? Okay. Welcome back. And hello. Alright. Yeah, that's about what I wanted. Thankfully. And I gotta draw her hair before I can draw her arms. Which is really weird because usually I'll draw the arm first. And, like, then the hair. Like, I'll draw everything first. Like, for the body. And then the hair. So doing it this way is kind of weird. Alright, yeah, that part's probably tucked behind her eye. Ear. Tucked behind her eye. That sounds painful. And I think some hair is, like, in front of it. It won't all be off, either. Like, some of it will be, not all of it. Come on. It keeps overlapping. Or, like, not connecting. There we go. This is one of my OCs. Kokoro Shiroko. Rip. I mean, sort of being, like, bullied does sound pretty in character. Alright, Jesus Christ, I've just remembered. Her hair is going to be fucking long because, a year has passed since it was like this, which is about hip length. Rip. But, like, oh my god, this is just gonna, like, be a shit ton of hair. Thank god that thank god that this fucking thing opens with her cutting it all off. Like, this is, like, a year's worth of hair added on to, like, that. Okay, it's gotta be, like, really taut at some point. Like, do you And then it's gotta be like really like relaxed further down. God, hair is fun, isn't it? Yes, I can tell them, Nike. Who is he? It's Toeg. Jesus Christ, oh God, split ends. Just everywhere. Sorry, I kind of get distracted sometimes when I'm drawing. I was hoping that this would help me a bit, but I'm still getting distracted, so. This is also probably the longest I've started drawing without like putting on any music in like a while. Probably just, you know, some Tugami. Yes, he do. Tugami has leg. He's just also dummy thick. There's leg there. Jesus, I don't think that's. I think that's like too much volume. Like, at least, like, close to the head. This is kind of an apocalyptic situation. I don't think her hair would be, like, long and luscious. Well, it'd be long, just not luscious, which is kind of why she's cutting it. As well as for more reasons. Yeah, basically. I really need to play Minecraft again, honestly. Okay, so that's the body. Do we want to? It doesn't really matter if I get rid of the face, honestly. Alright, so I'm gonna have to sketch out her arm now. I'm gonna use a bright blue just to sort of show me where exactly her hand should probably be going. I might do it on a different layer too. Yeah, that's about the size I need. There's no need for that bit. Do I want to hair that long? I don't think it needs to be that long. There we go, that's about right. I'm sorry if you hear like thunder. There's a thunderstorm coming near my house. It's probably about where I want it. Alright. So if I remember correctly. So it's gotta be about 40. Alright. I think that's quite right. Hang on. Okay, yeah, so that won't. Okay. Now you know that, like, complex art is, whoa, hard. I'm sorry I'm quiet now, because, I don't know. I don't really have an excuse. I'm just quiet. I mean, this part's probably going to be what's, like, overlapping. Like, closest to the camera. Maybe if I say more fancy terms, people won't notice that I'm making this up as I go. It's okay, I can cover up that with a coat, which is basically what I'm going to do. Oof. Spoilers in the group chat, that's fun. I know my ex-partner got, I don't know why I say ex-partner, we're still friends. But, like, my friend got spoiled on one of the deaths for V3. And I also accidentally told him, like, a character survives, but, like, they don't survive. And that was the character that I was spoiled on surviving. Like, I was spoiled on the death for. It was the one thing I did get a spoiled death for. I should probably turn on a light. Because it's like, the only light in my room currently is my computer monitor. Because it's like dark as hell outside because of the thunderstorm. Joys of living in wherever the hell I live. I say this as if I don't know where I live. Angie. I got spoiled on Angie's death. I'm just gonna copy the wrist, because I'm lazy. Well, copy the hand-ish, like the hand shape. I'm lazy, and I already drew a hand shape, so it's not cheating. Because I already drew this. Shit. Oh, shit! It's definitely a controversial, take on... It's definitely a controversial, entry with a with an extremely controversial ending. With people still not really sure how they feel about it. And by people, I mean me. I mean, I think I'm happy. I think I'm fine with it, but I'm also not too sure. Like, I don't think anything was, like, super offensive to me. In regards to how it ended. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I was mostly, like, joking, like... Because I'm the only person, like, you can actually, like, hear talking. Even though I really shouldn't be talking, because I'm really bad at it. Just dry everything underneath and, I don't know about that. I mean... Okay, that's getting loud. Part of me is like, hey, what if I, like, put on some music? And then the other part of me is like, what if I put on some karaoke and tortured my audience? Okay, I think that's where the elbow would be. And if it's not where the elbow would be, then shit. Hang on. Is that what the hell is an elbow? Shakespeare. What is an elbow? Why did we need to define an elbow? How do you draw a fucking pair of scissors? I might use a pink. Can I see that? Nope. I need a darker pink. Darker? Now I can see that. The ultimate gay bagel. That's me. I'm the ultimate gay bagel. That's basically a pair of scissors, isn't it? In it? Okay, that deletes a whole hand. I did not... Okay, I'm gonna have to redraw the scissors on a different layer. Yep. Bop. 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 Yep. Yep. Alright. What karaoke do you want me to sing? Like, what songs? If I know them, I might do them. If I don't know them, then, fuck. I also don't know how to fucking... Do robots dream of dicks? Well, now it looks like she's just trying to cut off her fingers with fucking hair clippers. 3D form probably gonna be the ticket I want. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. I've never actually drawn someone cutting their hair before. This is the first time. You can probably tell. So it's probably not going to be very good. I'll do what I can, but I cannot promise anything. I'm gonna delete her hair for the time being. We don't really need to delete her face. Oh, that's the... I've drawn her arm on the sketch. Okay. To redraw the old arm. Isn't it fun when you draw on the wrong layer? Artists, are there any other digital artists in the audience? I also have not drawn any, like, outlines for the... Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. Up, up. There we go. Yeah, the paint tool side does this thing sometimes where it's like, I'm not gonna work. that a bit. Maybe. Just because it's not quite where it needs to be. Actually, I'm just going to delete the whole thing. Let's try that again. Maybe I should actually. I'm going to erase that part of her, like, torso. I'm going to sketch out the fingers. Somehow. That's not even how long a thumb is. I added an extra joint to the thumb. I don't know how to draw a fucking hand doing it with the scissors. I mean, I guess it looks okay if you, like, do that. It's like, does that look okay? That looks okay. Kind of. That'll do. That'll do. Suppose I should probably, like, draw it in then. Draw in the hand. And figure out which hand. Okay, that one. Which layer I need to do it on. And now there's lots of rain, and I can't go out and, like, fucking drench myself in it because it's a fucking thunderstorm. And if I go out and try to drench myself in the rain, I'll get hit by lightning. I know the chances of being hit by lightning are, like, just slightly better than, like, winning the goddamn lottery. But I've been incredibly lucky before. Recently, too. Because, last night I was at, a, tabletop RPG game. Well, tabletop, I say tabletop, but really we're all just kind of strewn about the lounge room of someone else's house. Yeah, okay, that's looking okay. Okay, see you. But, like, we were all kind of strewn about the, someone's house. Like, the living room of someone's house, and, I was going somewhere with that, and I don't remember where I was going. But, like, we're all in the lounge room, and there's no table. We just kind of pass a bit of dye around. Thank you. I really need to remember it's this one. But, like, last night I played essentially a Canadian lesbian Valentine from Skullgirls. And that was kind of a mistake because, like, most other people were from the United States. There was, like, one Russian character, there was one UK character, but I was the only Canadian. And that really didn't do wonders for my socialization ability. The things I could do while socializing. But, one of the skills I took was, acrobatics, and another was sneak. And the campaign came to a point where, like, the embassy that we were in. Like, the campaign involved us going to a Bolivian embassy in 1980 to, like, get a thing. We got the thing, and, you know, God. There's a lot of details that aren't really appropriate for me to, like, tell on a YouTube channel. But, essentially, someone shot someone else, and, like, the guards at the embassy just started firing on everyone. Because the embassy is in America. You know, the Bolivian embassy is in America, and no one wants to, you know, be in America. No one, and, you know, Americans, guns, stuff like that. I am not doing very good. I'm not doing a good job of keeping my American audience right now. But, yeah, guns went blazing. Several people were shot. And, like, I managed to vault over a wall with a grappling gun hook that most, like, I don't know if they thought it was a bad choice. Like, they didn't say it was a bad choice, but I think a few of them thought that, like, picking a grappling hook was a bad choice. Oh, thank you. They thought picking a grappling hook was a bad choice until, like, I managed to, like, stylistically jump over the wall, like, grapple onto the wall and, like, vault myself over. And then, like, the guards tried to shoot me because, of course, they fucking did. And, my sneak failed because they noticed me, like, fucking stylistically jumping the wall. But they all fucking missed me because, like, I was just so fucking stylish. That's a lie. They failed their gun. They actually failed their, roll to attack me, but, you know. And also I got to shoot a Ronald Reagan imposter. At the time, I thought it was the real Ronald Reagan. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rewrite history. I'm gonna shoot Ronald Reagan. He's never gonna fuck up the US. It was a fake. And I was disappointed. Okay, so, this is her little, that's her left hand, okay. Oh shit, is that hail? It might be hailing outside. Sure sounds like it. Which is weird, because it's been, like, really warm recently. Oh well. I kind of want to get up and check, but I also don't want to leave the stream alone. Probably reduce. Yeah, that. Yeah, I think I hear hail hitting the roof. I'm not in danger, because, like, I'm pretty sure my house is sturdy enough to resist, like, being hailed on. But, yeah. It's hailing at my place, I think. Okay, now it's stopped. It's just raining heavily. I think. Okay. About here is that band. Isn't that spaced out? No, it's a bit closer together. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have that much more interesting to talk about. And my throat's kind of getting, like, sore. Well, not sore, just dry. And at the end, it was one shot, so, like, at the end of the campaign, I was deported back to Canada. Because, you know, severely breached my code of conduct during the campaign. But you know, I went back to Canada. It's like, what's the big loss? I swear to God, if any of you put Lost JPEG in the chat, I will eat you. I feel like the face is weird. Like, the placement of the face is a bit weird compared to her head. I don't know. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream. Alright, shit, okay, I need to draw in the scissors, too. The arms don't matter. Hand doesn't matter. The scissors matter. That's what we need. Same layer as the face, I think. Just because they're so, like, far away from each other. Don't, like, scissors have, like, this little fancy doodad thing? Don't look like actual scissors. They look like fucking craft supplies. Oh well. Like, they don't look like actual hair scissors. Gonna have to... I think I am gonna just, you know, erase the other layers. Just so I can draw these scissors nice. Fuck. Right. That's looking okay. One thing to take care of is the mirror, because there is a mirror. I might make it a bit bigger. Like, stretch off the screen. Maybe I should make my brush a bit bigger for the... Okay. Maybe I should just take a picture of the mirror in The Sims and use it. I think I do need to, like, duplicate some layers, just to darken the line work. At least with the hair. Everything else is kind of fine. But, oh god, I've got a lot of things to erase. I think I will start with the hair. And what should be... God, there's just I didn't realize how much I'd done until I, like, have to, like, erase bits of it and figure out where the heck everything, like, ends and begins. No, I need to get rid of the hair here. Ooh, that is not a black. That is not black. Like, solid black. Well, we can change that. There we go. Now it's solid black. Oh shit, no. Don't want to erase that bit. Welcome to the fun part of art where you have to fucking pick and decide which bits of hair are gonna go. Okay. Nice. I just realized why there's so much hair this time, like, compared to, like, even, like, other things I do. It's because I did the hair first and then her arms. When usually I do the arm first and then the hands. I'm sorry, the arm first and then the hair. Oh, shit. The mirror's on the same layer as the fucking body. I forgot. I've had like 5 songs playing in my head at the same time. It's a... If you're ever wondering what that's like, it's hell. Especially when the songs do not, like, match in genre or anything. Taking a lot longer than I imagined it. I'm sorry, it's not really the most entertaining stream. Shit. Okay. Welcome back. Is this gonna look better, or... Yeah, honestly, that probably does look better. I'm gonna erase where the hair should not be, like, clipping through, like, her hand. Alright, I put the scissors on the same layer as the face. Yep. It's fun. It's like, hey, let's play where the hell does the thing end? Bonus mode is when it clips through the scissors. Just figuring out which lines I'm supposed to get rid of is half the fucking pain of this. Don't even know what this is. Is this attached to the note? Probably attached to the fucking hair then. Yep. There's no way her hair could fall through that. Alright, that is part of her clothes, I know that much. These two, like, the two front strands of hair are, like, causing, like, 90% of the issues. Because they keep clipping through her jacket. Alright, the hair should not be clipping there. Please zoom out and get rid of the bottom layer. And I guess that one too. Yeah, we're basically nearly done. With line art. Fuck, okay, I missed a bit. And my hand's starting to cramp, which is fun. God, it sounds like a parody of Mr. Brightside. Oh shit, okay, my parents, like, I don't know, it's like, I kind of wish I didn't live with my parents. Like, they're okay, they're okay. But, you know, I often have to live by their schedule, and their schedule is sporadic, which is where I get it from. Like, they wonder, why do you never organize your time? And it's like, you gave me the unorganized. It's not the best, but, you know, hang on. I think this is also, like, yeah, that wasn't also not in black. Or solid black. In fact, not all of this is in solid black either. This is just mostly me playing catch-ups and, like, going, okay, everything needs to be a solid black. And then there's me just trying to neaten up some lines. Hang on, I've really gotta fucking talk to my parents. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I live in Australia, so, like, my streaming times are, like, inconvenient AM for everyone else. I mean, one thing I would like to do is, like, move to Canada. Though that's still, like, a way off. Like, if I lived in Canada, like, my streaming times wouldn't be as ridiculous. It's not, hey, I'm streaming at fucking 4 a.m. It does, because it's so huge. We got, AEST, which is kind of where, I am. We've got Northern Territory and South Australia time. And we got Western Australia time. Then we've got Daylight Saving Time, so it's like 4 or 5, yeah. It's because we're just, like, so fucking enormous. Like, I think we're the 7th largest country in terms of landmass. But we're also, like, the 3rd most sparsely populated country. I think, like, only Mongolia and somewhere else beat us out for that. Okay, this is... Okay, that arm is going to be hidden behind the thing. So, you know. I'm trying to think whether I should just draw, like, this bit, like, cascading to the ground. Though granted, like, it's at least a foot of hair, probably more around, like, 2 feet. Oh yeah, my partner lives in Canada. Which is kind of why I bring it up, and why I say, hey, I'd like to move here. I've heard some pretty bad things about the creator of Has Been Hotel, so, I'm not really gonna watch it. Yeah, that's fair. I've just heard that, like, the creator's done, like drawn pedophilic things in the past. And, like, their work ethic hasn't been that great. That's not exactly the kind of things I want to watch. You know? Sorry, I went and, like, ate food, and now my throat's clogged. Yeah, now I'm labeling my layers like a professional artist. And not just some weeb with a tablet. Oh shit, I think I missed a bit here. I'm trying to figure out what the heck that is. Because it's not hair. Speaking of not hair, I should probably just... I mean, I've spent years of my life practicing so I could draw this well. And I'm still learning. That's about all the advice I can offer, like, practice, like... I know that, like, everyone, like, says, hey, practice. Practice is what you need to do, but it really is what you need to do. Oh, I see what that is. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty late, like, in the United States. It's only about, like, 1:38 p.m. here. Granted, it's also the next day. Like, it's 17th of November. Now I can get down to slapping colors in. I'll probably slap down a color to sort of contrast with everything. The only problem is that, like, her design is, like, yeah, I mean, drawing from references, like, good. I definitely started out doing, like, drawing from reference. But, like, you do also have to kind of, like, actually, like, looking for references is one of the best things you can do, like, when you're practicing. Like, find something to reference and, like, keep looking back to it. That actually helps a lot. Like, you'll see I've got, like, both of these open, because this is sort of, like, an in-between point. These are, like, the two head references I've got for her, and I'll be, like, looking back at them as I go. Like, it's, like, not only just to, like, take colors from them, but, like, to just, like, reference it and make sure I'm coloring it, like, correctly. Yeah, that's really good for, like, practicing how to draw things, and, like, it's, like, I also advise, like, looking at, like, how it works. Like, how something looks. I know that doesn't really make that much sense. I'm not that great at, like, speaking or teaching. But, like, references and practice are the best ways to learn how to draw. There's also, like, a bunch of tutorials to, like, help you, like, draw specific things, but they're, like, kind of glorified references that tell you how to do things. Like, I don't mean glorified references in a bad way. Like, I want to clarify that. A reference is not bad. I know that, like, a lot of people, like, see, like, references as the devil, but they're really not. They're, like, essential for, like, artists. Okay, shit, that's part of the line work. Okay. Like, you can't draw, like, you couldn't draw a portrait of Queen Elizabeth without looking at Queen Elizabeth. Even if it's just to, like, know which features you need to, like, glamorize. Like, I've watched Horrible Histories. Apparently, Elizabeth I was not a, yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of recommendations from Lavender Town. It seems a bit too clickbaity for my tastes. Like, I'm sure she's a really nice person and, like, her content's really good, but, like, the content thumbnails and stuff and the way it's advertised, it just seems a lot like clickbait to me. And that, like, regardless of, like, whether the content actually is clickbait, it just, in my brain, it just goes like, we can't click on that. We need to do things that aren't clickbait. Granted, like, everything I do is, like, all my stream titles are kind of clickbait. I don't know what it is. It just seems like more clickbaity when I see her thumbnails. I don't mean anything against her. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that was a really bad tangent to go on, and I apologize. Yeah, I imagine, like, the actual content isn't clickbait, but it just, the thumbnails feel like clickbait. Because, like, they mimic a lot of like, you know those really weird, like, craft channels, like 5 Minute Craft, You know, the ones that blatantly are clickbait. I guess, like, to me, her thumbnails look too similar to that. And I'm worried that, like, if I click on that, it's gonna take me down a rabbit hole that will get me to 5 Minute Crafts and, like, their shit content. Granted, I'm not a stranger, like I said, I'm not a stranger to clickbait content. I mean, one of the few, like, drawing, like, speed draw videos on my channel. Whoops. One of the, like, other drawing videos I have on my channel is pretty blatantly clickbait. Yeah, everyone hates 5 Minute Crafts, but they still inexplicably make money. Like, lots of money. And, like, I blame 5 Minute Crafts for this whole fucking copper song and dance that we're going through right now. Because, like, everyone else was doing fine. We were all obeying the YouTube laws or whatever. And then these guys come along and are like, hey, let's teach kids to use hot glue guns. And, like, they'll burn themselves. And we'll also somehow collect their personal information. That is really... I think that needs to be on the line. No, I think that needs to be on the layer. Remove that so I can actually see if I've colored them in properly. But, like, yeah, I primarily blame 5 Minute Crafts for this, like, copper song and dance we're doing. And the fact that, like, a lot of channels now have to label themselves as for kids or not for kids. And it's like, there's a lot of gray area between that. Like, no one would say that Disney is for kids. Like, if you took your kids to see Little Mermaid, you could take your kids to see Little Mermaid, but no one would argue that The Little Mermaid is a children's film. They would argue that it's, like, primarily... like, it's a film that children can enjoy, but, like, adults can also enjoy them. Yeah, I think they're run by the same people who do 5 Minute Crafts. Or if it's not, then it's so similar that it may as well be. I kind of miss, like, this, these old, like, riddle channels that were, like, kind of clickbait. But, like, I was young and so then nostalgic. And, like, I don't think the channel was around before, like, YouTube was monetizing videos. Yeah, there's, like, a ton of videos, like, Critical, Danny Gonzalez. There's just a ton of people who've, like, gone, hey, why is this channel, like, operating? And they're all, like, more well-known to me than, like, 5 Minute Crafts. But, like, 5 Minute Crafts still inexplicably has more subscribers. Like, there's only 2 YouTubers that have more subscribers than 5 Minute Crafts. And, like, their empire. And they're also both shitbags, but for, like, different reasons. It's like, who's the most subscribed YouTuber that isn't a shitbag? And you'll find that, like, they usually only have 1 or 2 million subscribers. And it's like, fuck. I also feel like I've made, like, my distaste for, PewDiePie fairly clear on this channel. Like, I don't like him, and I've explained exactly why I don't like him. And granted, that can be summarized in, like, 3 words, which is, he's a fascist. God, it seems like everyone, like, if you get more than, like, a million subscribers, there's, like, only a few channels that have more than 1 million subscribers that I feel haven't fucked up. Holy shit! And, like, what do? They, like, teach kids to play with fucking hot glue guns. Those things are painful. Like, if you fuck up with them, like, kids are inevitably going to do. Like, it's not like super glue, where, like, a kid might accidentally super glue their hands together. And, like, require, at best, like, an adult to pry their hands apart, and maybe a trip to the ER to, like, get it removed, but, like, a hot glue gun is, like, definitely gonna cause injury. Like, super glue doesn't cause injury unless you put it in your fucking mouth. And why would you? I mean, granted, kids do put stuff in their mouths all the time. But, like, if you're supervising your kid, they should, be able to not swallow super glue. And regular glue is also fine. Like a lot of glues, like, I feel like... I've got, like, some Elmer's glue somewhere in my room. Like, my room's a complete mess, so, like, I don't know where the heck it is. But I got Elmer's glue in my room somewhere, and I feel like if I ingested the whole bottle, there'd be some problems. But, you know, I don't think I'd suffer anything more than, like, a little bit of food poisoning. Meanwhile, there's, like, a tube of fabric glue in my room, and if I ingested that, I think I would die. Which means it's kind of good that I haven't really been so suicidal that I've seriously considered it. In fact, that's the first time I even noticed that I could do that. And I probably will, like, not do that. With any luck. I don't know why I said any of that. Wish I had a proper brain-to-mouth filter. But I don't. Either everything comes out or nothing comes out. Or what comes out is completely illegible. Thanks, anxiety and autism. Very cool. Yeah. Don't ingest glue, children. That's not good. Not only is, like, it... like, if you gotta... Like, if you ever get the choice between ingesting glue and chocolate is better for you. But that doesn't mean you can say to your parents that I can eat all this chocolate because it's better for me than eating glue. That won't work on your parents. I don't have kids, so I don't actually know if that's true, but I imagine that it's not. I mean, I never thought that, like... That didn't make sense. I never thought it was a good idea to ingest glue. Yeah, that's the spirit. Ah, fuck, I forgot. There's a bit of a skin I missed. Damn it. But, like, that is the best way to improve on your art, is to just practice, and also... Yeah. I mean, this is still practicing, because you never really get to a point where your art is perfect. Like, 3 years ago, I thought, like, what I was producing was, like, awesome, and, like, I was never going to get any better. And what I'm producing now is like, miles better than what I was producing when I was... How old was I? I was, like, 17 or 18. And, like, I swear I mean, I blocked DeviantArt from, like, my ability to browse websites because, that website was making me toxic. But, like, I feel like if I explored some of my old accounts and some of the old art on those accounts, it would be, much worse than what I've got now. I would wonder how the hell I ever drew like that. But granted, if my younger self, saw how I draw now, they would also not believe that, like, they could draw this well. And the same's going to go for me when I'm, like, 23 or 25. Yeah, it's definitely a long road to get good at art. And like some people do improve faster than others, but like every drawing is an opportunity to improve. Just don't hurt yourself in the process like I'm kind of starting to do. Because I only took a quick break, and I also have terrible form with my hand. As in, I've been drawing with little break for a while now, and my wrist is starting to hurt. Inspirational streams with Kaide. I mean, I usually say some inspirational stuff while playing Minecraft. I don't know, it's just stuff, like when I'm creating stuff, it's just kind of like an inspirational mood. So I guess The Sims kind of has inspired an inspiration. Like when you paint a picture in The Sims 4 and like your sim gets inspired because they finished a painting. I'm guessing it's kind of the same, but like it also happens with Minecraft. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling there. Trying to make sense of the chaos clown that is my thoughts. Like, if I was a Danganronpa character, like, if me, like, Eris, like, not Kaide, but, like, me was a Danganronpa character, and, like, the protagonist was like, is this Eris's inner thoughts? There would just be absolute chaos, and it would be impossible to figure out what fucking thing you were supposed to shoot at to, like, make sure that you had a good time. Because it's just because what happens in my brain is just complete nonsense. I don't know. Like then. Like, even when I'm not, just doing complete nonsense. Well, that was complete nonsense, but, like, even when I'm talking out loud, what I can say is complete nonsense. And I don't mean, like, it's like, oh my god, that... I mean, like, it literally makes no sense. Not like, that's silly. If I was a Danganronpa character, I would probably die very quickly because, I have things in common with, like, the first 3 victims of all 3 games. Like, in common with Sayaka, I like music and singing and being inspirational and also anxiety. I say that because, like, a lot of Sayaka's behavior is coded with anxiety. In regards to the imposter, I'm chubby. My gender is also very ill-defined. And like Rantaro, I'm ace. And I also try to be, like, laid back and chill, but I'm probably not really. And also I love my siblings. And by siblings, I mean sibling. I have one. But I just have something in common with all 3 of the first victims, so, you know, if I get dropped into Danganronpa, I'm not long for this world. Alright. Yeah, I pretend I'm chill, but honestly, I'm fucking chaos. Man, I don't even know who I'm most like. Like, in terms of, characters. I could probably, like, take some online test and find out. Like, on Quotev or something. No, I've already taken, like, a bunch of, like, Quotev. Yeah. Yeah, basically chaotic neutral. I mean, I try to be chaotic good, but it's probably, yeah, more like chaotic neutral. God, an old alignment test has put me at like, lawful or neutral. Granted, I haven't taken one of those in, like, 2 years. And, like, in 2017, I was much less chaotic. should probably stop talking. Granted, though, it's like half the drawer of this. Get it? Because drawer and I'm drawing. Yeah, role-playing being evil is actually, like, that's a lot of fun. I think that's why Untitled Goose Game is as popular as it is. Like, I haven't played it, I really want to play it, but, like, I figure that, like, being a bastard goose is, like, a huge draw for a lot of people who are, like, constantly nice in reality. Because being nice it's nice, but it's also exhausting. Because, like, not only is it a lot of emotional labor, not everyone is going to, you know, be nice back. Okay, see you later, I think. But yeah, like, it's for a lot of people, it's an emotional strain to be nice, and that's, like, not really intrinsically wrong with humans. It's just the fact that, humans aren't really hardwired to be, like, dicks, but we're also not hardwired to constantly be nice. And it can be exhausting to be nice all the time. Just as much as it can be exhausting to be mean all the time. And, like, it can be exhausting to explain things politely all the time, which is also kind of why OK Boomer became a thing, because, like, we're all fed up with boomers, like, calling us lazy and shit. Which is, like, you know, we're all, like, fed up with, like, boomers calling us lazy and shit like that. It's just like, okay, boomer. And then they just get fucking pissed. And it's hilarious. I was going somewhere with that. But, like, yeah, because these things are, like, cathartic and, you know, you don't have to be nice. You can just... There's an environment where you can be an asshole, but it's, like, not going to hurt anyone. It's kind of like being a bastard, but to, It's like being a bastard, but no one is hurt. The best of both worlds. Sorry. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of, like, some Jackbox games where, like, you get ahead by being a bastard, but it's all in good fun. Okay. Yeah, Chihira's pretty cool. That's a good result to get. I'll probably do a V3 one. I kind of expect to get Kaide or Angie, but yeah, hold on. I'm gonna do one. Turn off the window capture for a bit. I'm just gonna do one with V3 in it. No, that's a test. I want a quiz. Wait, no, I don't. Filter by... Yeah, just show me the mature, I guess. Well, English. Oh, fucking hell. You can't, can you... Oh, sort by recent. Oh, that's... Okay. Give me the quizzes. Oh, that's... fuck it. I'm just gonna go with the first one I saw. Oh, it's a 3... Okay, it's a 30 question. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna dump it out. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull out the test and, show it. Alright. I think I'm an ambivert. How much self-esteem do I possess? I think it's about a medium amount of self-esteem now. Romantic or flirtatious? Sometimes, I guess no, but I want to be. Optimist, realist, or pessimist? I think I'm an optimist these days. Leader or a follower? That's a loaded question. I tend to just follow people around in real life. Do I hide my true self? Not really. I don't know how. Emotional or logical? I'm an emotional wreck. Do I care about what other people think of you? Depends on the person. Can I read the atmosphere and feelings of others? Most of the time, yeah. Do you think it's more important to do the right thing or do things right? Do the right thing. It's possible to recover from a bad first impression. Yeah, I do. Do I have delusions of grandeur that can be considered unhealthy? No? I don't know. The future, the past, or the present. I don't really think about that kind of thing. I guess the future. Organized or chaotic? Chaotic! Do I consider myself intelligent? It depends on the context, honestly. Like, with some things, I'm like, yes, I am very intelligent, ha ha ha, and then other times I'm a fucking thembo. I guess, nah. Is it hard to tell someone I love them, or harder to tell them I hate them? Harder to tell I hate them. But it's pretty easy for me to do either. Sorry, I need a drink. Do you think it's better to love and lose, or to never love? Love and lose. It's easier to love. I don't know what to do when people love me. That's, like, weird. I want to be liked. Trusting or suspicious of others. I'm pretty trusting despite everything I've been through. Do I follow the rules? Most of the time. Would I risk my life for a friend? Absolutely. And that's not just because I don't value my life. Do you prefer to have things settled or keep all my options open? I have no idea. It kind of depends on the thing. I guess keep my options open. Is it more important to trust yourself or to trust others? I mean, I trust others plenty. I just have trouble trusting myself. I don't know. I guess trusting others then. What's more likely to hold me back from doing the things I want to do? Other people, I think. Worse to fail something or to never try? It's worse to never try. What defines me? My actions, because my words and thoughts are shit. How generous am I? I'd probably say a midpoint, honestly. Do I make friends easily? Ha! Ha ha ha! I can barely talk to people. Am I easily disturbed? Again, kind of depends on what we're talking. Like, I can watch Mortal Kombat, like, fatalities, and it generally won't disturb me. But then there's, like, other shit, like... Oh my god, I should talk about, like, this article I read about Ken Pender's work. Like, the writer of some of the Sonic comics or whatever. Because that is disturbing. But I guess no. Okay, that's surprising. I didn't think that it would be Kaito. I really didn't think it would be Kaito. I mean, it's tied between him and Kaide. Man, Angie didn't get much at all. But that's surprising. That is surprising. I should probably minimize that. Hi there. Alright, display capture and window capture. We're back to, you know, the art thing. Welcome back to art. But yeah, that result, Kaito, that was... okay. I didn't think I matched up with him at all. I mean, I'm not loud. Well, that loud, like... I'm loud on stream, but, like... That's about the only part of myself that's, like, kind of more... That's, like, kind of fake from my real life. Because in real life, I shut up all the time. And don't talk to anyone. Because I'm afraid of social interactions. And then it's like, oh, you're almost like Kaito. And it's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I don't really think you've got it right here, bucko. It's like, if I'm not Kaide, then who am I? I don't know who I am anymore. It's time for existential crisis. Okay, shit, I can see green in there. It's like, who am I? If I'm not Gaire, then who am I? I am gonna bleach this. I mean, I say bleach, but it's more like... Okay, so it's still very difficult to see where, like, bits of it need to be filled in. So what I think I'm gonna do is I don't see any more gaps, so bro. Selection, invert the selection, and in the bottom layer I'm just gonna create a thing that should help. What was my least favorite Danganronpa case from any game? There were a few cases that were like kinda duds. Like a few of them were like really, really fun. I don't think I have an outright least favorite case. But it's gonna be one from Danganronpa 2, because, like, the writing was really strong in Danganronpa 2, but it also had the worst cases. Like, basically, for me, the only two that really stuck to me were... Well, the only one that stuck with me was case 2. And, like, some of case 3. Probably thinking the case 4 or 5 of Danganronpa 2. I don't know, I just don't find... If I have to pick one, I'd probably say case 4. I don't know, the case itself was fine. Oh, no. Now I know. I've just remembered. I remember my least favorite case. It's, case 5 from Danganronpa 3. It's not really anything against, like, the case itself, but, like, all the characters remaining that, like, were, like, central to the case were characters that I didn't really care about. Like, I don't really care, like, despite the fact I got him for the personality test and that threw me for a fucking loop, I don't care about Kaito, I didn't really care about Maki, I don't really care about Kokichi. The only characters I really cared about weren't really central to the case. Because at that stage it was just like, I care about Shuichi and I care about Himiko and I care about Kibo. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. You killed all the rest of the good ones. And, like, I think I was just emotionally exhausted because the 4 trials before it were all, like, a punch to the gut in some way for me. Like, case 1, that was a huge punch to the gut to every player. Case 2 is more of a personal bias of being a punch to the gut. Because, you know, my favorite character fucking died. Case 3 was, like, two of my favorite characters were then victims. And then case 4 was kind of the last time I could take it, because, like, I kind of liked the victim and the... Yeah, that's fair. But, like, I remember case 4... Like, case 4's victim was, like... I actually really like her. Like, not as much as some of the other characters, but, like... I was onto something there and I just fucking lost my train of thought. But, like, the character was one of my favorites, and the culprit was also one of my favorites. And, you know, kind of after those kinds of cases preceding it, I didn't have any emotional capacity left to give a shit about the cases that followed. It was like, I don't care about you. You all can go fuck yourselves. But yeah, like, the characters that everyone seems to love, I rarely do. I rarely share that sentiment. Like, I don't have anything against people who do like them, I just don't personally like them myself. And, like, Kokichi's fine when he's, like, actually allowed to be a human being. Yeah, that was just, like, what the fuck? It's like, that's... How am I Kaito? But the only thing I share in common with him is, like, having 5 brain cells. I kind of want to do those tests for, like, my original cast. Shit, that should be a clipping group. Well, oh, I was like, my original cast, and, like, brain just fucking went, what do you mean, your original cast? And I fucking thought I meant, like, the cast of Danganronpa 1. Like, which one are they most like? But no, I meant, like, my bastards. Yeah, brain farts are, like, basically every... That's like my brain every 2 seconds. Sorry, it was something was in my throat and I nearly choked on it. I don't even think it was like something that like wasn't supposed to be in my throat. I'm just gonna blend some of this because it looks really weird. I mean, some of it should be, like, paint strokes, but... But yeah. Man. I'm realizing this character would absolutely not get along with fucking Kokichi. Because, like, her whole thing is, like, she is the kind of person who values honesty above all else, and Kokichi is a liar. These characters would not get along at all. In fact, she might try to kill him. Luckily, I tend to set everything sort of like in a separate universe from V3. Like, the whole thing is like on an alternate timeline, so... I mean, that's also true. But, like... God, how much of this can actually stay on stream without, like, YouTube going, hey, stop that? I'm not allowed to talk about that. I mean, she's not a lesbian. She's panromantic asexual, like me. In fact, this character is, like, 90% me. Just, you know, more of a bitch, and, you know, female instead of non-binary. And, like, a while ago, I didn't, like, I think about a couple years ago, I didn't even think we had anything in common. And then I'm just like, oh, geez, that's me. I know that's not the best thing for, like, fan characters, but, like, at the same time, write what you know. And what I know is how to be a fucking clown. That's why I'm doing this whole thing in the fucking circus. Think about it, yeah, like, opposites would probably attract because, like, actually, I'm trying to think, because, like, me and my partner have, like, sort of a crossover ship between our two things. For, like, her and, if anyone watched that audition for, her, like, my partner's thing, she has a character who's non-binary that I was really excited to audition for. Unfortunately, that thing fell through and, like, she didn't get enough auditions, but, like, still. Ah, yeah. What's he like? Like, which parts are, like Chihiro, but, like, which parts are not like him? If that makes sense. Ah, yeah. I mean, personalities, like, like, when you design characters, like, sometimes it's okay to, like, do the personality, like, later, and, like, the design first. Like, designs can sort of, like a character's, design can lead to, like, sort of concepting their personality. You could also go the other way around. Or, like, you can just keep redesigning the character's appearance, then design the personality, redesign the appearance, personality. In fact, this character was originally she was originally a lot more like Hiyoko. Like Hiyoko Saionji. Like, she was just in general an absolute bitch to everybody. Like, and it was very much, Saionji's brand of being a bitch. Like, I'm trying to think of how to, like, differentiate it from, like, her brand of being a bitch, because she's a lot more, like, blunt and brutally honest. I think it's, like, more to do with, like, expressions. I mean, they can kind of both work off each other. Like, this character originally had an appearance that, like, looked a lot more playful. Like, even before, like, this design, which was, like, her final design for, like, the first thing I'm doing her in, and this is, like, about a year later. But, like, a character's appearance can, like, a character's personality can change with their appearance, and, like, they can sort of, like, both work off each other. I'm not very good at explaining it, but, like, her original design was a lot more, like, why did I set that as a luminosity layer? I shouldn't, what's the overlay look like? Doesn't really look like anything. I mean, that's one way to do it. I actually like that better. No, don't do that yet. I was going on a tangent, and then I fucking lost my train of thought again. I'm sorry. But, like, this character started off with, like, a lot more playful appearance, like, looking a lot more like, a circus performer. And then as she sort of evolved, she started looking a lot less like one. Like, there's still a few influences from circus designs, but, like, in this one, there's, like, almost no circus influence at all. Which is really weird, because, like, she's supposed to be an acrobat. Like, she's the ultimate acrobat. I don't know, I'm trying to, like, make sense of my thoughts, and it's not coming. And that annoys me. I also think I need to tone down the highlighting here. Nice. Yeah, like, I changed her personality, and then I changed her appearance, and then I, like, tweaked her appearance, and then her personality changed more, and I tweaked her appearance a little more. So, like, they can kind of work off each other. Finally, I think I said it okay. Or, like, vaguely understandably. Did I make any sense there whatsoever? Okay, thank you. How do I clear a layer? That's how, okay. How would the killing game affect people in reality? I imagine it would be a lot more of an impact, depending on how long they, like, knew each other. And, like, who was involved in the killing game. It would certainly be, like, a larger impact than it's, like, shown as in Danganronpa, in my opinion. Because, you know, people don't get over death very quickly. Even if it was just, like, an acquaintance. And, like, in a high-stress, like, death game, people would actually be freaking out. Like, people would not be as calm as they are. There'd be a lot more deaths by Monokuma, actually, I think. Like, more people would freak out and break Monokuma's rules. Yeah, like some people would be a little less, like, affected than others. Like, if, you know, you trapped an EMT with a bunch of, like, art students, the EMT would probably be a little more calm because they're used to seeing so much death. But, like, the art students would not be okay. They're not used to seeing, like, actual people die. Probably. Like, some might be if their, like, home lives are kind of shitty. But one thing I did find, like, done well was actually, like, Akane's, like, Akane Owari's, reaction to the killing game given her situation in life. Because, like, her lot in life isn't that great, actually. She's got, like, a whole ton of siblings that, like, she basically is a third parent for. And, like, she really does care for them, but, like, at the same time, there's also a whole bunch of people that, like, turn up dead in her neighborhood regularly because she lives in a really bad area of town. And, like, death doesn't seem to affect her as badly. But, like, we do still see her, grieving, though. Kind of. Like, when... Like, she's learned not to cry because, like, people are just kind of dying all around her, and it's, like, a lot of wasted energy, in her opinion. But, like, even, like, when Nekomaru dies, she still, like, is emotional about it. Both times, I think. And, like, I think it's a good way to, like, show sort of, like, contrast between, like, the characters who are kind of grieving. Like, for example, Fuyuhiko, who loses, like, one of his, like, best friends in the game. I don't think his grief is written entirely realistically. Because, you know, he loses his best friend / crush, and he also loses an eye at the same time. And, like, granted, he does try to kill himself, but, like, he's generally better by the end, which is only, like, about a week or so later. Granted, he's Yakuza, and, like, killing people probably doesn't faze him that much, but we don't know how much of that was, like, legitimately what he believed, and how much was, you know, trying to be a tough guy. So that, like, people would leave him alone. Like I said, I think Danganronpa 2 has, like, some of the weakest cases, and one of the weakest characters, but, like, aside from her, a lot of the characters are really, really solid. Like, the most solid they are in the series. I think if I've ever made, like, my distaste for the one character I'm talking about obvious on my channel. And I'm also afraid of, like, offending, like, a bunch of people, because I don't know if she's that popular, but, like, I know she's not, like, hated by the fandom. Well, the sun's back out, and that makes me kind of depressed. Okay. I may still be streaming. I also might, like, shut up and let my throat take a rest. But, have fun. Doing whatever you are doing. I don't know, does anyone want to hear, like, if there's still anyone in the chat, do you want to hear, like, the character that I really don't like from Danganronpa 2? And just, like, overall in the series, like, I think that this character is one of the worst. I don't know if anyone's still in the chat, but, you know, if there is people in the chat, do you want to hear about this? I'm guessing there's not too many people, like, left watching the stream. Because I'm streaming it, like, late at night for everyone. I don't know, we had a pretty good turnout to Jackbox, so maybe there's still people there. Yeah, my commission info is in the description if you're interested. And I think my rates are pretty good. Like, by good I mean like reasonable. Like, I'm not charging up the arse for everything, but it's also like not trying to devalue my work. Just realized I'm gonna have to paint a background. I don't want to paint backgrounds. Backgrounds are annoying. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out what it would have been like if I like had both sort of stuff. Because it doesn't look like she's really like holding the scissors, if that makes sense. I am gonna just, you know. Okay, what is this like? It's about as bad, honestly. It's kind of tragic. I mean, granted, this is the first time I've drawn someone holding a pair of scissors. I'm just gonna quickly, like, go check the, you know, check the stream. Who's here? 2 people. Okay. That's fine. Okay, I don't like the color. Which means it's time to adjust it until I'm happy with it. Ah, you! Means, actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this is a new like, Pixar film that doesn't even really feel like Pixar. If that makes sense. It's weird. Also, the fact that, like, I would appreciate it if you stopped, like, if, you can write like, Disney, Pixar, baby. You can write stories about marginalized people without killing them or turning them into animals. And by marginalized identities, I mean people of color. Because, you know, Disney are afraid to write any queer characters whatsoever, so it's, like, always people of color, so they're always the ones that are getting turned into animals, which ain't great. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of topics to talk about so that I can, like, put off the inevitable, blast instrumental versions of songs and start singing. Granted, we're nearly done with this bit. We're mostly just working on the background. I still want a background that, like, makes her look more obvious. That helps. I've got fucking Brightside stuck in my head. Like Mr. Brightside. Just stuck in my head. And I've already sung that one. It's all because of fucking playing it came up on my Spotify playlist while I was on the train home. Yeah, I'll do. Duplicate this one. And put it up here. Not a multiply, I want it to be... Ow, fuck. Sorry. Ow, Jesus. I'll stop that. Okay, I think that looks okay. I probably will come back to this later to add, like, the actual background. I guess it goes here. There we go. And I'll be honest, I did have one more thing planned for the stream, but I've kind of burned myself out. I'm not sure exactly what burned me out. I think it was just talking so much. I don't know, maybe... I don't know whether I want to take a break or just stop altogether. Like, I don't need food or nothing. I just kind of want to take a quick break to, you know, refresh my brain. Because I don't usually draw, like, a whole thing all at once. There are usually, like, intervals where I, like, click away and do other things, which is kind of like... But, like, I haven't done as many of those because I've been on stream. So, I may take a couple of minutes to sort of, like, mute everything, turn everything off, and, you know, just spend a bit of time, like, checking things on social media before I start the next thing. Okay. Thank you for understanding. Okay, I think I'm okay to go again. It'll probably be only a sketch, just because it's gonna be, probably just be a sketch, because I am still kind of exhausted, and, you know, this, like, despite the break was fine, but, you know. Oh, okay, you're gonna be like that then. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how, like, whether these are not even. This is something I've been wanting to draw for my partner for a while now. Like I said, their project kind of fell through, like, in regards to it being, like, a large YouTube series. We couldn't find enough voice actors, we couldn't find enough artists, you know, things like that. Unfortunately. So, we decided to, she decided to scale it back down and instead do it as a thing instead, like a single thing. Like a web series. Like a thing on Archive of Our Own. Fortunately, I don't know how to fucking paint bricks. It's like, I'm gonna do my best to paint bricks. To, like, you know, actually look convincing. Of course, I'm not very good at that. Probably enough bricks to, you know, copy paste like a million times. Shit. Oh, hooray, a headache is developing. That's fun. Shit. Now we gotta copy paste all these. Realize that it's probably not going to be perfect all the way up. Hey there! I'm still gonna have to draw some more brick, I reckon. No idea how I'm going to do the rest of this wall. Like, without, like, you know, using... I'm probably gonna have to use the deform tool. Because otherwise it's just gonna look like a fucking magic eye picture. And I can't deform this, actually, like, the way I want to. Yeah, basically. It's like, what the fuck is a brick wall? I don't want it to look like super bad either. I should have just done it like, hang on. I should just do it all one way, honestly. I reckon this is probably the way to do it. Like, it's not gonna look as cool as if I did it, like, with proper perspective or something. But, like, I also don't want to be here all day. So I'm just gonna cheat and do that. Yeah, I don't like that. That looks weird. I'm gonna get rid of that layer. I think the way I'm gonna... This is fucking awful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna halve the brick wall. I'm gonna delete it and post it in a new layer. And I'm gonna free deform the wall. This is gonna be tightened a bit. Gonna do that. And hopefully it'll look okay. I think I needed to start this a lot sooner down the wall. This is fine. Doesn't have to look perfect, I just have to know what the hell I'm doing. Wait, do I just know? Have to shrink a bit up here. Oh, now I gotta... Okay. Probably should have seen this bit coming, where I have to fucking line everything back up. Fun. But I think that looks okay. No, I don't need more brick walls. I need to get rid of that brick wall. All I can tell you now is that I fucking hate brick walls, and I never want to draw one from scratch again. Or generate one from scratch, or whatever. I never want to do this again. I don't know how people manage. This was just supposed to be... Everyone hates walls. Like... No one likes a wall. How do we even fucking connect these bits together? How does anyone do anything with a wall? What is a wall good for? Wall. Oh, oh, oh. What is it good for? Give me a fucking... God damn it! If my computer does get bricked, I swear to fuck. What the fuck? If my computer does get bricked, I will eat you alive. So much brick. I don't want to eat bricks. I never want to look at another brick again, ever. If I see another brick, I swear I will scream. Doesn't even look that good, but whatever. At this stage, I'm just happy to be done with the brick wall. I'm just gonna paint that in as concrete. That's concrete now. There's enough bricks to last a fucking lifetime. Seriously, look at all that brick. Top 10 anime character development. Top 10 anime plot twists. The wall kills me. I don't even know what kind of building this would be. It's like it's just nondescript building with brick everywhere. God damn it! God, the brick wall is going to fucking traumatize me, I swear to God. Finally. 3 years. I've been locked in here for 3 years. I don't need a brush that big. This would have been so much easier if I just jumped into Minecraft and, like, built something like this and just copied it over, rather than try to build a brick wall from scratch. But I also know that, like, that's not the best idea, because, you know, people actually worked on the things in Minecraft. I mean, that's not too far from... It's not too far from what it is. I actually don't know that much about, Delusions of Salvation. But I do know that similar to Danganronpa, everyone is trapped in a location. Or just similar to a lot of, like, visual novels. Because I noticed, you know, you'll tend to die. Everyone is trapped in a location. Zero Escape. Everyone's trapped in a location. I think you'll tend to die. No, I already said you'll tend to die. Shinrai Broken Beyond Despair. Everyone's locked in a location. Every visual novel that I've touched or, like, looked at, everyone's locked in a location. Phoenix Wright, kind of depends on what you see as locked in a location. Because you're kind of locked in the courtroom for a bit of it. But it depends on, like, how you see being trapped in the courtroom, honestly. Alright, the brick walls have vanished-ish. Yeah, you're locked in the game in Doki Doki Literature Club. Alright, I'm gonna break out a couple more reference images. You. And, you. Oh yeah, I forgot I did this. I've got so many fucking images in the fucking tray. I have not played Phoenix Wright. I don't know. I really like Maya. She's really cool. I don't even remember why I wrote plot. I'm sure there's probably an explanation, like, in the 10 minutes at the start of the stream where I drew this. I could probably get rid of her reference images now, even though I probably... Yeah, I probably can't get rid of her images. Right. think she's a lot shorter than him. Not my, I don't know why I said a little, I don't know why I said a little shorter and then a lot shorter. I wish my brain could make up its mind. Right, wish the perspective of this wasn't so fucked. But, you know. I had my cake. I have to eat it. I made my bed, now I have to lay in it. Let me take a look-see at the... Okay, I'm gonna have to write this down. Alright. Wow, he's 5'10". That's my height. Well, I'm about 5'10", 5'11". Depends on who you ask. I kind of imagined him looking a little more taller than me, like 6 foot. Whatever. Okay, 5'10". I have no idea what that is in centimeters, because, you know, I live in Australia where we use the metric system, like everywhere else in the world. 5'4". Okay, so she's 6 inches shorter. Okay. Just need to note that down, and apparently look at my Discord. Okay, she's online. Wonder if she'll see this. We gotta go fast. We gotta get the blood. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, I can barely see that. I need to do it in a color I can actually see. Put her height about there, and how thick is a brick? More quality Thembo content, follow Taide Akamatsu. Yes, give me my standard brick dimensions. $250 by, okay, 65 millimeters. That's 6.5 centimeters. Brick size and... Okay, so there's multiple brick sizes. Shit. Bricks change size depending on where you are, apparently. Too thick, thank you. Okay, shit, fuck. And there isn't a standard brick size for Japan. I also can't find a standard brick size for Canada, so I guess we're gonna have to default to Australia. Alright, standard brick size is 77.6 millimeters high. So that's... Okay, so 7... Would the dog shut up? Just trying to figure out how many bricks taller that he needs to be. Because I think it's 2 bricks. Okay, so, because 6 inches is 15 centimeters. Yep, it does seem like it's about 2 brick. About 2 bricks. Okay. House life? I'm a lot happier since university ended. University was really stressing me out towards the end. One of the things I had to do for the end was, I had to sort of, like, draft a entire story, like a visual novel thing. I'm keeping an eye on the chat. I was just taking a break because, you know, I wanted to check how big a brick was. A standard brick, anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna take that. Yeah, life is becoming a little easier because I no longer have university deadlines staring down my face. I should probably draw a head in first. Or at least a circle representing her head. Then... But yeah, university's been, like, university's over, so my life is a lot easier. I can focus on, sort of growing the channel. I don't like that pose, actually. But yeah, I can focus on growing the channel, and I might actually do some, more... I hesitate to say intelligent videos, but like some more, some videos that aren't, like, structured around, like, fun or streaming games, but, like, video essays. I don't know what the wink is for. Did I say an innuendo? Okay. I mean, I can always make Sonic the Hedgehog thicker. That is a thing I can do. Oh, I forgot his tail. There we go, there's now a tail. And now I can make him thick. Oh ho! I'm trying to go fast, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting Eggman! You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your nightmares tonight. You know. This is what my life has come to. I'm sorry for scaring you. Now my brother's fucking playing Seinfeld theme in the other room. The kids aren't alright. Serious, Megalovania? He's not even fucking playing the right notes. He's like all over the place. He's usually better than this, honestly. I'm gonna... How do I fucking do feet? Don't think that's how you do it. It's unfortunate, but like when people stop playing like music or making noises, my art like decreases in quality a fair amount because it's like, I have to focus on that now. That's in my brain now. Yep, the fun of having fucking auditory problems. Auditory sensing problems. That'll do. But I don't usually go this long without like listening to some sort of music. And I am starting to go a little, I guess stir crazy is the word for it. I don't really want to use that word though. I mean, drawing it was probably my mistake. I should probably not do the gesture until I've done, I put down where his head is supposed to be. I'm just gonna draw a circle, and shit, if I move it like that, it'll just move her entire body with it. Right. I'm just gonna flip it over like this. Because this also helps me see if there's any problems with this one, and I don't see any severe ones. The reason I haven't started playing music is because if I do start playing music, I'm going to want to sing along to some of the music, and if I do that, I'm going to torture my audience. Because I know very few of you are here for, like, me singing. I just keep uploading them because they make me happy. Come on. Alright. You do like a Dorito. No, he's not really. I should probably actually refer to him because I don't actually know how to draw him. Okay, so he's very broad man. Is his neck like that? Yeah, about. I keep clicking back to that one. I may close this one just so I stop clicking to it. You know those moments where you just have fucking Mr. Brightside stuck in your goddamn head? I don't know if anyone here does, but that's me right now. It's just stuck in my goddamn head. Okay, how do people work? How does anatomy work? What the fuck is a human being? I don't know. Human beings don't exist. His foot is a fucking Dorito. I'm sorry I'm not that talkative. I mean, I kind of exhausted all of my talking topics in the first half hour. And just rambled for an hour, and now I'm out of things to talk about. I mean, about the only thing I can talk about is, like, why I hurt. What am I talking about? Why I, like, hate certain characters or, like, love certain characters from Danganronpa. I feel like his head's too small, or at least too narrow. I'm gonna make his head wider. So like, at least looks, you know. Wait, what's the content you watched? Like, me rambling? How big are his arms? They're actually not too... They're, like... I need to learn how to not draw arms that are, like arms on dudes that are, like... fucking 2 carpets rolled against a petrol pump. Okay, that's fair. I just wish my rambles were, like, a little more structured. Or, like... Not really, like, structured, but, like... They make sense. And, like, I can keep a consistent train of thought. I wish I could do that. Instead, I wind up talking, like, what would happen if... Instead, I wind up talking, like, fucking... Donald Trump from the mirror dimension, and where, like, Donald Trump is a decent human being. God, I wonder if such a mirror dimension exists. And if it does, why'd we get stuck with the shit one? Actually, this is probably the, like, best looking dude I've ever drawn. To a degree, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to ramble about, like, one of my least favorite characters in, Danganronpa. And, like, why I don't really like her. Although I feel like most people are kind of aware of, my least favorite character by this point. Start with her. Okay, so, my least favorite Danganronpa character is, Sonya Nevermind, and, I never really enjoyed her. Like, I try to see the good in a lot of characters, and... Yeah, that's true. I hesitate to think about what I would have been like in a mirror dimension. Which layer is that attached to? Okay, I've made a mistake. That's on this layer. Okay, hang on. My mirror dimension self is probably an asshole. Like, more of an asshole than this dimension. Than, like, me. In this dimension. And, like, I'm an asshole. Yeah, I really don't like Sonya Nevermind because, like, she's written like a character that should have died, like, early, but she just survives to the end, and she's also quite boring, in my opinion. Like, I don't think she brings anything interesting. Like, you could remove Sonya Nevermind from Super Danganronpa 2, and nothing would really change. Like, you'd just have to rearrange some dialogue. But her character ultimately isn't vital to the story. And, like, it's also not an interesting character like some of the others that are, like, not essential to the story. But how many people disagree with, like, what? Sorry, I mean, like, the content here is, like, pure Thembo content. I'm just a fucking dense bitch. Yeah, but, like, that's kind of all that Sonya has. Is, like, her role servicing a love triangle. And, like, to be fair, like, I think that what we got was not the most interesting part that, like, she could have played in that love triangle. Yeah, I really don't like her at all. And I put a post, like, up somewhere that, like, sort of explained, like, her surviving was kind of a detriment to the story. Where, like, her dying earlier in the story, like in chapter 3, would have probably resulted in a much nicer narrative. And, like, that's ignoring the fact that I don't like her personally, because, I don't know if you are aware of this, but, like, originally the victim for chapter 3 was supposed to be Fuyuhiko. He was supposed to die alongside Ibuki. And they changed it last minute to Hyoko because they felt that, like, killing Fuyuhiko would mean that Pekko's sacrifice in the previous chapter would have meant nothing. But, like, by killing Hyoko, it means that Mahiru's sacrifice really didn't mean anything. So you're really just trading, yeah, that's fair, but, like, you're trading one blonde person losing a woman important to them, and, like, having that woman's sacrifice become pointless for another. But, like, what if there was a character who really didn't have anything to... What if there was a character who kind of didn't have that kind of thing going for them, was also blonde, and was, like, also having a story sort of develop, like, starting to sort of develop, because that love triangle wasn't too well defined. Like, what if that, like, you used that as your as the new victim? And, like, what I'm saying is, like, what if Sonya was the victim of chapter 3? We would have would have a lot more interesting story, in my opinion. I actually wrote a post about this. Let me go find it. Let me look for it. Because it's an original post, I just don't know where the hell I left it. It's on my blog somewhere. I'll go look for it in my archive. Hang on. I wonder if it's under my personal tag. Aha, here we are. Is that gonna take me to the reblog? Fuck. Right, I know it's in November. Okay. Wait, it's probably going to be under asks, isn't it? Ha, here we are. Okay, so, there's 3 reasons I think that Sonya should have died alongside Ibuki. And not Fuyuhiko or Hyoko. You get rid of the generally boring character that really is more of a passive kind of person, rather than an active participant in the plot, who's just kind of there observing things rather than actually doing anything. You would also be ridding the cast of you would also be, like, getting rid of, like, one of the more uninteresting characters. Fuyuhiko and Hyoko would also, like, survive and have an interesting dynamic for the second half of the game, where, like, you know, the fact that, Pekko murdered Mahiru would probably, like, impact on their relationship. And I think it could go, like, 2 ways. The more abrasive personalities could, like, keep clashing, and, like, they keep blaming each other for, Pekko and Mahiru's deaths, and they start being completely unable to stand each other, and, like, attempt to kill each other probably a couple of times, and not succeed because everyone else would step in. They could, like, both try to work off of each other and sort of, try to improve each other for Mahiru and Pekko's sake, because they believe that that's what they would have wanted. and like they work off of each other instead and bond really, really closely together instead of like, you know, Hiyoko dying and Fuyuhiko's just kind of alone in, you know, this person I really liked is now dead and stuff like that. It would also be really, really good character development for Hiyoko, and I think a lot more people would have liked her if we went with this, because, like, she would have been working on her personality and her flaws throughout the whole story as well, rather than just, like, have 2 chapters of her being an absolute bitch until Mahiru dies, and then have, like, half a chapter of her, like, trying to improve, and then she just fucking dies. And 3, Gundam and Kazuichi's subplot would probably also completely change. Because Sonya would die immediately, and like, when they're like both sort of starting to fight for each other's affections, like, she would no longer be there, so like, what's there for them to fight over? And like, you know, just, you know, I love her, no I love her, grr, grr, like, that's annoying as shit. This would subvert that trope, and, like, you know, the person that they both love is gone. And, like, they would instead spend Chapter 4, like, bonding over the impact that she left behind on both of them, even though I don't really think it's that great of an impact. But, like, they would remember her fondly and talk about her, and, like, they would start to get closer to each other, and, like, probably become, like, really close friends in Chapter 4. And then it would come out that Gundam murdered Nekomaru, and that would absolutely break Kazuichi. Because at that point, Kazuichi really only has Hajime, who kind of can't stand his guts, but, like, tolerates him. And then there's Gundam, who's his one actual friend in this whole affair. The only person who, like, might not think that he's a complete useless asshole. And then Gundam would die. And that would, like, be kind of a double punch for Kazuichi, because, like, Kazuichi didn't really lose anything in Sleeping Danganronpa 2. And, like, while his character was able to carry itself without that, I reckon that this would have made his character so much stronger. Because he would have, like, lost most of his close friends, like, both his crush and his new best friend. And, like, that would push Kazuichi to his breaking point. And, like, in the climax and, like, fighting for the future, like, Gundam's philosophy on, as you said, Goto, his philosophy of never giving up on life would instead affect Kazuichi. And, like, it would be even more strong because, like, both he and Sonya, the 2 people that Kazuichi was fighting for, and, like, with them dead, like, he would be very tempted to give up, but, like, his philosophy would survive on through him. I'm not sure I'm making much sense, but I'm hoping I'm making a little sense. But it would, Gundam's philosophy would live on through Kazuichi, and it would make it a lot stronger because, like, we would have, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't really get that, because Sonya survived, and instead we got Nirvana references and foreigner hijinks. I think that it just wasn't very thought through, because, like, they changed, the Chapter 3 victim to Hiyoko very, very much last minute in the story development. She was originally supposed to survive. And Fuyuhiko was supposed to die. And then they switched them over, and there wasn't much thought. You can kind of see the leftovers of that, because, they don't even bother looking for what the hell was used to slit Hiyoko's throat. Like, that's not looked for at all. But I do think that they did eventually get, Sonya's sort of character type correct. It just took another game, and granted, I'm a bit biased when it comes to this, but, am I drawing now? Yep, okay. But, I feel like Kirumi was an extremely vast improvement on, Sonya's character type, because Sonya's character type is clearly intended to be, like, this really perfect girl that everyone, like, loves, But, like, Sonya doesn't really do anything to warrant that sort of love. She's just a princess, and so it's all handed to her. Granted, that's, like, the one interesting thing that she has, the exploration of, like, being handed everything and not really, and being kind of sheltered from the world. But I feel like they do it a lot better when they got to Kirumi. And, like, that's kind of not just my bias talking. Please trust me on that. But, like, Kirumi, isn't handed absolutely everything. She generally is super talented, but, you know, she has to work for that talent a lot of the time. And, like, she doesn't take breaks because of it. And she rarely ever takes time for herself, which is, you know, which is kind of her flaw. There's also like, the exploration of, like, complete selflessness, and when it's actually probably okay to be selfish, and, like, you know, take some time for yourself, because, like, Kaede, like, it's more evident in Kaide's free time events with her than Shuichi's. Because, like, Kaide's the one who's like, hey, if you keep this up, people are gonna start calling you mum. And that kind of wakes Kirumi up. Because it's like, oh god, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to mother them. This is, like, my actual work. I'm not a mother. I'm not doing it because I'm a maternal figure. Which is kind of why I don't really like people who, like, call Kirumi mom. Or, like, use that kind of term for her. Because, like, she doesn't like it. It's in the text that she doesn't like it. I know she's fictional, and, like, she can't actually care, but, like, you know. But yeah, I think, like, Kirumi earns her perfection rather than just, like, people just passively saying, you're so great. Like, she actually has to do things before people go, wow, you're really great. And, like, she does eventually fall victim to her flaws. Like, Sonya doesn't really fall victim to any flaw of hers. She kind of just cries, but, like, nothing ever really happens to her specifically. But Kirumi's flaws actually wind up hurting and killing her in the end. I should probably... Oh no, I got the chat open. I'm just fucking dense. Like, Kirumi's flaws wind up killing her in the end, rather than, like, it just being... Okay, that is an enormous hand. I probably should shrink that down. Sorry. But, like, her flaws wind up impacting her story and, like, eventually, like, leading to her downfall, rather than, like... I don't know, I should probably just stop talking, because I've lost my train of thought and I'm just repeating myself. Sonic the Hedgehog, where? Okay, that's a bit better. Honestly, enormous hands has always been a problem for me in drawing Tsukio. Sorry, I kind of trailed off there, because, I don't know, it actually really hurts to talk so much, because, you know, sore throat. Well, it makes my throat sore. Which is kind of a bit of a death sentence for streamers. You know, you're not supposed to have a sore throat. I'm gonna give her a can of spray paint, actually. Yeah, okay, you should probably... Yeah, if you need to go to bed, please go to bed. Good night. Yeah, this little... I'll probably finish this off stream, because I'm also kind of getting tired. I don't know, I'll keep going for a little bit, but, you know, I may eventually declare, okay, I'm tired, I need to take a break. Okay, so I've... Okay, so that foot's definitely bigger than the other. I'm gonna make that smaller. It's weird hearing crickets outside already. Because it's like 4 o'clock. And I started at 12, so, you know, I've been doing this for 4 hours. I'm kind of astonished that I'm still going. I feel like this hand still could be a bit smaller. Not much, just a bit. Probably okay. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of tired now. Like, my wrist is actually starting to hurt, so that's probably the warning to, like, hey, you should stop. Okay, so, I am gonna end the stream here. Okay, so, thank you all for coming, and I will see you next time.